Okay, so on screen you can see I'm joined by a very special guest today. Let's learn a little bit more. So over to you, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Roxana Forica. I am a trainee train driver at Greater Anglia.
Amazing. So, what does a trainee driver do? What is that kind of day in the life of what are you doing there?
So I am learning now to drive trains in passenger service with an instructor, and after I've done a few months in training in the academy of Greater Anglia.
Incredible. I mean, how exciting. So you used to be a depot driver at Southend Depot, didn't you? What does that mean? How is that different? What's that step looking like from being a depot driver to becoming like a mainline driver?
Yes, I was a depot driver at Southend, Victoria for about 3 years. I used to drive empty trains in between the depot and the platforms at a lower speed of 5 miles an hour. So that is a very good job to start with to learn more about the safety of the job.
Amazing. Now, you mentioned there that you're a trainee driver. What does the training involve then? Is there any, you mentioned that you've got your instructor there with you, for example. Is that kind of the process? Do you learn with an instructor and then it's signed off, you're all good to go? How does that work?
Yes, it is a process of 9 months to a year. So you go in the academy and you learn the rules and regulations of Network Rail that they impose for about 4 or 5 months, and then you get assessed on them. And after you pass all those assessments, you then go and do your hours, a minimum of 225 hours driving with an instructor by your side to learn all the routes and obviously to apply all the rules that you've already learned in the academy.
Amazing. So when you think about now, I mean, I'm sure there's young people that are watching, thinking, okay, I'm going to go into my next steps, whether it's an apprenticeship, whether it's full time or part time job, college, six on whatever that looks like for them. They might think that after you finish education, that's kind of it. You never go back into a classroom. What is it like now for you, knowing that you're learning back in that classroom setting?
To be fair, it's much easier and fun than it was in school, just because now you do that and you're getting paid as well, but also you have other people in different ages and different backgrounds, and you learn so much from them as well. You learn a lot about yourself, I think, as well. I did find out that I have skills that I never knew about them before. It is a really nice environment to work in. And yeah, I think it's a lot easier than it was in school, really.
And I suppose in school, and I'm sure the young people watching right now will agree with me on this one. And sometimes you're learning things, and you might not be as passionate about a certain subject to a different one, for example. Whereas I suppose now for you, Roxana, you're doing something that you enjoy and that you want to learn about. So I suppose it is slightly different because you are learning everything that you know is going to support you in your career. Would you say that's something that you agree with?
Exactly, yeah. So now you basically choose a subject that you actually like, and then you're gonna supposedly do for the rest of your life, isn't it? So yeah, that's a part of it, definitely.
Now I want to move on to the still talking about that training, but to maybe some of like the challenging parts of the training, but also what are the best bits?
I would say that you can learn about yourself. As I said, I did learn that I have a very good attention to detail in this training. So you do learn the rules and regulations, and then you go and apply them on the simulator. And a simulator in the academy is a mock-up of the train cab. So it's exactly like a train, but except it has some monitors in front instead of just a glass. So it has a monitor, and then you just go on it and apply all the rules that you already learned. And that's how I did learn about myself, that I have a very good attention to detail that I didn't know before.
So what are you most looking forward to when you're going to become a qualified driver?
I will be looking forward to be on my own and drive on my own, apply all the rules and regulations that I've learned in the academy, all the advice that I got from my instructor. And also, it's a really exciting time because I see this job for me as a promotion because I was a depot driver before. So for me, this is a promotion. So it's a really exciting time.
Absolutely. I mean, just so exciting. I'm so glad that we've got the opportunity to talk about it because I suppose not many young people might know about train driving and I suppose the railway in general. So, what is one thing that you wish more people knew about those topics?
I believe that people should know about the safety aspect of the job because I see so many unsafe acts on the platforms. And I believe that they should take in, if they take this job in consideration, the train driving, then definitely they should understand the safety aspect of the job.
Absolutely. So we're in National Apprenticeship Week, and I suppose you're almost at that end of your train driver level 3 apprenticeship. What does all of that involve? You know, what happens when you finish? What are the next steps?
So to begin with, I'm from Eastern Europe. I'm from Romania, and I didn't have any studies in UK. I didn't do any studies in UK. I didn't have any diplomas. So then I had to do a test in English and math. And I just want to say that the people in the apprenticeship team, they really help you. They give you regular calls. They help you with your English and math studies, and then you have assessments on them if you have to take them. Then you go in the academy and you learn all the rules and regulations about network rail, and then you do your driving hours with your instructor. But then at the end of it and all the way through, they just do regular calls or meetings if you need to, and they help you all the way with everything you need, really.
Amazing. What sort of things are you learning, or have you learned at the moment?
So whilst I was in training, I did learn about myself about attention to detail, and also I did practice a lot of multitasking that you need as a skill in this job. And also, I'm looking forward at the end there will be a diploma for my apprenticeship.
Amazing. Do you know when you were talking earlier and just then about kind of those extra skills and I suppose what we would call like softer skills when it comes to, training in whatever capacity, would you say that it's fun, to learn, gain these extra skills to obviously help you with your career, but also, personally?
Yes, I do believe it's fun to gain extra skills. I also found out I have skills that I never knew before, and I got to practice more the ones that I knew I have. And I think that's for everyone as well. Everyone should try to learn join the railway and then learn things about yourself as well.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. Okay, so we've just got a couple more things to get through today, and that is, I suppose, the next thing now for young people. There's going to be parents, teachers, carers, the wider community that is going to be watching today's interview. I'm keen to find out if it's just for training driver working at Greater Anglia. Is it just for people that are coming out of school?
I believe that this job, the train driving, is for everyone, people out of school, but even later on in life. But also, there is a variety of jobs in the railway industry that you could just apply for at any age. And that's another fun thing about it, that when you go in the academy to learn all those rules, you have people from in your group that are from different backgrounds and they have different ages. They can learn from each other, really.
Absolutely. Now, I want to finish off, and it's only right that we do this. So, we know that we mentioned a little bit about safety earlier on, and I think what we need to do today is just give one takeaway for the young people about safety in general, best practices, maybe some advice about, how to stay safe and around in and around the railways. So what would you like to, as a trainee driver now, soon to be qualified driver, what would you like the young people to take away when it comes to safety?
I would like to point that the railway it is a very dangerous place, and they should take safety very seriously. I did see many unsafe acts on the platforms, especially done by younger people. And I would just like to say that yes, it's all about safety in this railway industry.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. Well, it has been a pleasure to have you on the channel today and talk more about what it's like to be a trainee driver. We've had some great advice along the way, and thank you for giving us that safety message as well, which I think is really important. So, a huge thank you on behalf of myself, all of our viewers today, for coming on and talking to us all about your journey.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.